What is up, Need for Speed racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex CORNNUT. We're here today with the base builds, B, A, A+, S, and S+, all wrapped up in one video. So if you want to build the Chevrolet C-10 Stepside, you can do it in any class because I've got them all here for you. Viewer requested. The way this works is you guys drop a comment below. Whatever comment gets the most likes will be the car that I build next. We've been having a lot of fun with this. You guys are giving me tons of different stuff to throw at it. I think the Alpha's coming up next. I saw a lot of votes for that before, so like I say, continue commenting below. Everybody, make sure you like somebody else's comment. Like, I can't enforce the rules, but the rules are if you drop a comment, you like somebody else's comment as well. So that way we're sharing the love all around. And while we're down there commenting and liking so many things, like the video as well, so that way other people can get a chance to see it. I'm thankful for you guys. This video is gonna be a long one because I've got all 5 of the builds plus gameplay footage for S-Class at the end of it because I wanted to give you guys some gameplay footage of the vehicle as well. Neil helped me out a lot with this under the one condition that I make TowMater the B-Class car, or he wanted it all the cars, but I like to do a different livery for each class so that way we can kind of separate them, and so I did it for B-Class. So representing B-Class, first and foremost, is our man TowMater. Whoever did this vinyl did a really good job. It represents really, really well. Let's dig into it, you guys. For the engine, you are running the very first engine. It is the basic iron 4.6 liter V8. Very first motor, it is 175 horsepower when we start. For the parts, you are running Sport Bronze Induction. You are running Sport Bronze ECU. You are running Sport Bronze Fuel System. You are running Silver Pro Exhaust. Elite Platinum Screw Supercharger. You get to run an Elite bottle of nitrous. You get to run Elite Platinum Road Suspension. Elite Platinum Brakes. Elite Platinum Grip Tires. Gripping and ripping on this one, you guys. Elite Platinum Clutch. Doesn't really matter too much because we are running the Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission in this car today. You'll see that throughout all of the builds with the exception of S+. Elite Platinum Differential. I run Nitrous Grip. I run Nitrous Drift for my auxiliaries. For the handling, slide the slider all the way to the left as far as you can go. Give it 60% grip. That's the most we get out of it at B. Steering sensitivity, I am 2 clicks high. That's personal preference. You guys do what you like there. Downforce, run it all the way to the left, all the way low. At B-Class, you need this car to get up on the top end as much as you can. Traction control off, drift entry, brake tap. That is going to give you the B-Class TowMater B152. The reason it's 152 is this, you guys. You take any part and take it so the top speed goes above 130, it goes into A-Class instantly. So just an induction takes it right out of the class. You slap a different exhaust on there, takes it right to A. So it's kind of a cheese build. We've really put it down and slotted it as low as we can and then given it as much parts and performance as we can. The way B-Class work is it's a hard cap, 130 mile an hour. When you exceed 130, that's when it takes you and like places you into A-Class essentially. So that being said, when you have a lot of horsepower in the car. So that's where we're at here. It's a 152 build. We've put as many performance parts on it as we can to keep it there. You can run the twin turbos instead of the screw. The twin turbos will put you exactly at 130 mile an hour top speed, and so it stays right there at 152, but you're sacrificing some horsepower and some torque, and for the sake of 1 mile an hour, you're doing redline tech in this car anyway. It wasn't worth it. You might as well just run the screw, have the power everywhere, and just go blast around in B-Class with this thing. It's pretty fun. It does all right. I don't hate it at all. It's better than a lot of cars in B-Class, honestly. It's got a lot of power. 496 horsepower, 658 on the torque with that screw supercharger. Let's dig in to A-Class. The A-Class version of this truck is actually pretty good for the short track. You don't want to run it on the drop or some of the other longer races because it just doesn't have the top end, but for the short track it slays. It's got a lot of power to do it. It's not meta by any means, but it definitely holds its own. That's why we're doing a base build, because it's pretty good around a lot of the classes. So let's dig into it. For the engine, you are running the same motor as the B class. It is the 4.6 liter V8, 175 brake horsepower when we start. Basic iron motor. It is the first engine. For the parts, you are running Sport, Bronze, Induction. You're running Elite, Platinum, ECU. Iron, Basic, Fuel System. Sport, Bronze, Exhaust. Elite, Platinum, Screw, Supercharger. Getting all that torque in there, you guys. Sport, Bronze, Nitrous. Elite, Platinum, Road Suspension. Iron, Basic Brakes. Elite, Platinum, Grip Tires. Iron, Basic Clutch. Sport, Bronze, 3-speed transmission, you guys. So for that reason, learn manual. It's really easy. There's only 3 gears. I don't want to hear any excuses. If you're driving the truck, you got to be in manual, you guys. The launch is worth it. The launch alone is worth it. Elite, Platinum, differential. Nitrous Drift. Not Nitrous Near Miss. I don't know why that's equipped. We run Nitrous Grip, because this car will micro drift. It is pretty good. I have no problems with it. So I equipped the wrong auxiliary, but Nitrous Grip, Nitrous Near Miss. Make sure that if you guys are going to be running chasing times, or you're going to be using the car a lot, go and reset your auxiliaries in the garage. They're still not fixed with the patch, so just be aware of that, you guys. For the handling, all the way to the left, 60% grip. That's as much as we can get out of this thing. Steering sensitivity, I'm 2 clicks high. That's where I live. Downforce, go all the way high, back it off 2. That's 209. Anything after that is 210. So all the way to the left, or all the way to the right, 2 clicks to the left. That is a 209. Traction control off, drift entry, I run brake tap. It's going to give you the A-Class 209 Chevy C-10 Stepside pickup. Top speed 140, it does it no problem. Horsepower 660, max torque 842. It's got a lot of power down low, and you can go beat up on lots of people. So if you're into the crashing and the thrashing and the ramming, it doesn't do too bad. Let's move on to probably, out of all the builds, the most lackluster one. A+. A+. Alright, this car has got some caveats to it. 3-speed transmission, so top speed is a little lower. It only redline tech to about 170, 173 kind of deal. So that being said, it's going to suffer on some of the speed tracks. Because it's got the 3-speed, it's also not good on the twisty tracks like Drifter's Delight and such. So just be aware of what you're picking this truck for, and just know what you're getting into. That being said, if you can find a track that you're running in 3rd gear, like some of the ones that are actually at the racetrack, the truck does pretty good. It's a little drifty, but it does pretty good. It's got a lot of horsepower, so once you get to about 120 plus, this thing is a rocket ship. But you gotta get there. So be aware of that going in, you guys. With the 3-speed, it's a little bit moody when it comes to the lower speeds. So that's the only caveat. It's really not bad. Like, it's better low key than some of the other cars I built for you guys, especially at A+, so be aware. The engine that you are running in this one is the 6th engine over. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It is the 7.0 liter V12. Super gold engine, 820 horsepower when we start, and we go up a long ways from there. For the parts, you're running Elite Platinum across the board, except for nitrous. So it's Elite Platinum Induction, Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum Fuel System, Elite Platinum Exhaust, Elite Platinum Centrifugal Supercharger. The reason we had to run the Century is because all the other ones took us well into the S-Class. We were chasing some top speed with this, and really the Century gave us A, the most power, and B, the highest top speed out of the Elite Platinum parts that we could get. So that's the way to go there. You are running Silver Pro Nitrous, because when we slapped on all the rest of the Elite Platinum parts, we had some extra points to play with, so grab yourself a little bit better bottle there, you guys. You are running Elite Platinum Road Suspension. You are running Iron Basic Brakes, Elite Platinum Grip Tires, Iron basic clutch, and it doesn't matter what clutch you've got because you're still running the Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission. Elite Platinum differential. Nitrous drift, nitrous grip are my auxiliaries. For the handling, slide the slider all the way to the left, 60% grip. We are not even close to Beyonce on this one. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high as always on my builds. Take the downforce, go all the way low with it. You can play with it anywhere you want. The truck doesn't need downforce. I did everything I could to make this perform on the top end. Traction control off, drift entry, I run brake tap. It's going to give you the A269. Nice. Chevy C-10 Stepside pickup. 163 top speed. It will redline tech 175 downhill when I was running Colossus. It'll do 171, 172 pretty easy without much work. So if you're good on the trigger with your redline tech, you can really bring this up. So it's not bad in A+ class. And with 1200 horsepower, I mean, once you get on the top end, it's kind of like the Camaro. It's just like, what are we doing? I don't know. Fast. Wah. It's just a little slower on the short track. So be aware of that, you guys. Overall, it's not bad. Now let's dig into S, where I've got some gameplay footage, and I really like that truck. S-Class is a lot of fun in this truck. It's pretty competitive. Takes a good driver mod to be able to really wrangle it in because it wants to get a little sideways on you. I did a buttload of testing in this truck. I'll kind of explain to you some of the ins and outs of it. And then there's a handling trick that we've got to do to get it down to 329 with all the parts I've got. So pay attention, watch close. Let's go through the build together, and I'm going to teach you how to get this thing going. For the engine you are running, you are going all the way to the right. You are running the 1035 brake horsepower 6.3 liter V12. That is the Elite Platinum engine all the way to the right. Guys, I bought every engine for this truck and did all of my testing in it. I was all over the place. This one's got the most horsepower that you can cram into S-Class, which helps it the most at the top end. But it also doesn't have a crazy amount of torque. Like some of these other engines give you 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. And at S-Class, it's a little rowdy. So for that reason, bringing the torque down a little bit so we can run some of the twisty tracks and stuff was actually pretty good. It doesn't have a tendency to kick out as much. I was running one of the other engines with a little less horsepower, a lot more torque, and I just found the car or the truck wanting to slide out a lot. So I defaulted to the V12, and I was really happy with this. This build has got plenty of power to pull you in the straight lines, but it's not going to surprise you so much in the corners and slide out on you. You still got to wrangle it, but it's not as bad. So I did a lot of testing with this one to get that like dialed in. Now the parts, you're going to see it's an S Plus 330. I'm going to teach you how to get that out of there, but we got to go through the build first. So with this engine, it's Elite Platinum parts all the way across. So let me show you all those. It's Elite Platinum induction, Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum fuel system, Elite Platinum exhaust. You can't change any of those. Go put the Elite Platinum screw supercharger in it. You do want to have torque in this motor. You want it to be able to pull you through the gears, and the screw supercharger will help you with that. Any other thing, I would say probably not. I default to the screw when I can, so that's the way to go for that. You get to run Elite Platinum nitrous. That extra bottle is really helpful on the launch, let me tell you. You are going to run Elite Platinum road suspension. You're going to run iron basic brakes. You're going to run Elite Platinum grip tires. You're going to run iron basic clutch because we are running the Sport Bronze 3-speed transmission still, you guys. You'll see I bought all the trannies. I was playing with all of it. And it's crazy. It's like this car is either right at the tip of S or S Plus. And you can take as much horsepower out of it as you want. It will stay at S Plus the entire time. It's crazy. That's why we have to run the 3-speed. You need to run the Elite Platinum differential. Auxiliaries, nitrous drift, nitrous grip. I did a lot of testing with this car, and you can micro drift this thing to the moon. So that is S Plus 330. Go down, set up your handling. Run it 60% grip all the way to the left. Steering sensitivity, 2 clicks to the right. Downforce, all the way to the right. 100% high downforce. Traction control off, drift entry, brake tap. Now, here's how to get it to S329. We're going to do that as a suspension trick, and we're going to drop it to 58% grip. If you go to handling and you just want to do 55%, no problem, 329 right there. But 58 is better than 55, so I'd rather have that 3%, even though you probably won't notice. So keep it 60. Go back into your parts after you've set everything up. And go and purchase the gold road suspension. So the super gold road suspension, you purchase that. It's going to put you at 58% grip. It slides the slider back a little bit because that's the most grip you can get out of that suspension set. Then you go back and buy the Elite Platinum and equip it. So now you're running the Elite Platinum road suspension, but because you previously equipped the gold, it stays at 58% grip, and that is going to give you S329. That is a trick that nobody else is doing. That is how close to the handling threshold we are getting on these cars. And like when we're working with 1 point, I will find that point the best that I know how. So that way I can have Elite Platinum everything over on this side to give that motor all the grunt that we can get. And then just tweak that handling just a skosh to get you dialed right into the best we can make it. That's how you know a CORNNUT build is solid. Let me know any other content creator that's doing the 58% grip. I'd like to know who they are. I'll wait. There's nobody. It's because it's here, you guys. We're doing it right. That is going to give it to you guys. S329, 191 top speed. Like I say, it'll do almost 200 pretty easy. With Redline Tech, 195's real simple. 1419 on the horsepower. Max torque 894. 0 to 60 doesn't matter, quarter mile doesn't matter. S-Class is really pretty sweet for this truck. I like it. I'm keeping it. Anytime you see my truck with the CORNNUT in the back window, that's how you know I'm sticking with it. I love the color scheme on this. It looks great. I feel like I'd see this at a car show somewhere. I mean, when you see me painting the brake calipers, you know I'm getting serious with it. So it looks real good. I'm really happy with it. Let's get to the last, S+, which that truck's actually pretty good. All right, S+, we're wrapping it up, you guys. This truck is really fast, it is really rowdy, but it will actually do its top speed without much problem. And so it's arguably better than a lot of the other cars that you can take up into S+, because most of those don't do it. And there's one little thing at the end in the handling that I thought was pretty funny, so I'll show you that as well. For the engine you're running in this build, it is the Pro Silver 2.0 liter inline 4 hybrid, 599 brake horsepower when we start. Guys, for the base builds, I think this is one of the first times that almost every truck has had a different motor in it for each class. It just gives you an idea of the amount of testing that me and Neil are putting in to bring you guys the most optimal builds for every class, so that way you know that you're slaying in the best thing possible. For the parts, you are running the Elite Platinum induction, you're running Elite Platinum ECU, you're running Elite Platinum fuel system, you're running Elite Platinum exhaust, Elite Platinum screw supercharger. You want as much grunt as you can. You can run it with the turbo, more horsepower but way less torque. Run it with the twins, less torque. Run it with the roots, but why? The screw is better than the roots definitively. So I don't know why, for some reason the roots has got a better quarter to mile time right there, but regardless, we built it with the screw, and I think that's the way to go. For the nitrous, you get to run Elite Platinum bottle. You get to put all the good parts on it, you guys. It's S+, we throw everything at the wall and it will all stick. Elite Platinum road suspension, Elite Platinum brakes, Elite Platinum grip tires, and because we are in S+, you get to run Elite Platinum clutch, and you actually want the clutch this time, you guys, because we're running the Pro Silver 6-speed transmission. We actually have normal gears at S+, so it feels like a normal whip. It's pretty cool. Elite Platinum differential, auxiliaries nitrous drift, nitrous grip. For the handling, run it all the way to the left, give yourself as much grip as possible, and good luck driving it. Steering sensitivity, do anything you want, it doesn't matter, it's rowdy. 2 clicks to the right, that's what I like. I was trying it in the middle just to see if I could tone it down a little bit, but I didn't notice much of a change. Downforce, so here's the deal, anywhere else, do anything you want. The only place that handling slider will go 400 plus. You see it's just S400 when you guys are building it. You can kind of see it at the tail end of my screen right here, like right there. You'll see the plus sign. The only way to get the plus sign is to go all the way low on the downforce. The truck will hit 233 no problem, so if it's rowdy on you, run it high on the downforce. But if you want S plus 400 plus with this build, you got to run the slider all the way left. Traction control on. It's got a lot of torque. It's really rowdy. It's kind of like the Infinity. So at S plus, traction control on really does make it handle a lot better. Drift entry, brake, tap. It's going to give you the S plus, wrapping up the base builds. Chevrolet C-10 Stepside pickup. 234 top speed. It does it. 1313 on the horsepower. 1319 on the torque. It is rowdy. It is fast, and it is fun. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay tuned for the 2 races of S-Class gameplay footage I've got for you. Drop a comment down below on what you want to see me build next. And like the video while you're at it, please. Whatever comment gets the most likes is the one that I'll build next. Guys, please comment on somebody else's comment. If you drop a comment, like somebody else's. Like 2 or 3. I go down there, I like anybody. If you are putting a comment on a car and it's within the first couple hours of me making the video, I'm liking it and giving you a little vote, because honestly, I'm just thankful you guys are down there helping out. So, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Alright, race 1 of 2 for the gameplay footage is the Hustle in S-Class. I love the way this truck looks. That hood's very classic. Not styling I would go with traditionally, but it looks alright. We've got ourselves a Viper, we've got a 911, and we've got ourselves a Lamborghini Mercy. And so overall, the book is stacked against us. Viper Boy doesn't know how to launch. We launch in second, take it all the way as fast as we can go, about 100 miles an hour, and then click into third, and that's going to carry us all the way to about 190, 200 miles an hour, depending on how good we redline. So you'll see it bounces right there around 191, and then we can redline tech well above that. I'm keeping my nose clean, staying out of traffic, riding the wall a little bit there. That Porsche is not giving up, but we've got a little better top end than he does, which is kind of funny, low key. So you'll see I'm trying to save boost going through this section here. So I'm going to get my yellow bar up, going to get a near miss there, going to keep it, and we're going to just save it, going to save it. And I'm saving it for this corner so that way I can make a good Tron turn. So I go to make my Tron turn, I don't Tron turn, I drift, but I send our boy way off into the trees. Watch the mini map and watch me smash our friend here again. Watch, watch, boom, he's gone. He got wrapped up into the bridge, he got stopped and then reset. Unintentional, but you know, getting a reputation for really just destroying people in this gameplay footage, so why not? That gives us a really good gap on those guys. Cruising 190, just keeping the truck going. It's a little slidey, but overall this girl does alright. She's a lot of fun. Get a little micro drift right here going into this corner. Here it comes. Nice little micro drift. Gonna carry that out, get our boost, get another little micro drift, get us into the 2 bars, and use that to get up to speed. And so I will now start to redline tech the car here. You can see 195, 196, pretty easy, 197. And that was 197 before we hit the dirt, so it's not too bad. The car's got some legs if you know how to redline tech it, but I mean, it's worth 10 miles an hour in this vehicle to learn how to redline tech, so definitely something I would encourage. I do a longer micro drift there than I typically would because I want to get 3 bars so I could accelerate up the hill. The Porsche is not walking us down. We've had a 300-yard gap ever since he got reset, so we're really able to keep our speed up and do quite well. You'll see 195 again right there, 196 at the finish line. The car can do plenty of top speed. It's got enough to definitely win races. This is not a borderline fast time or anything like that, but overall, truck gets it done in S-Class, and that's a lot of fun. 2 minutes flat on the Hustle. Alright, get high tonight. Second of 2 races here. We got some tight lines that we run in our truck. Overall, it's not bad, and time isn't bad either, honestly. That shows you that this truck does get it done at S-Class. So we launch in second. Make sure you guys are getting a perfect launch. If you're running automatic, it's got everything you need. I mean, 3 gears, you guys. Learn manual. I love the exhaust coming out the side like that. It's just insane. Gonna get a little bit of a draft on our boy there, get a little micro drift. That with the draft gives us a 3 bar. We're gonna use it right there to get out of the dirt, get a little tighter line, get on the inside of our Porsche friend. We got 2 bars. I'm gonna try to turn it into a 3. I don't quite scrape it that far, so I boost in, hit the brakes just lightly, turn the car a little sharper while we're under boost, shoot a straight line through that checkpoint. Truck does pretty good off-road in 3rd gear. It's just got a ton of power to pull you through, so in the dirt it's going to do better than a lot of the other cars. Coming into this checkpoint, I cut a straight line, get real tight on the right side of that checkpoint so that way we slide through. In 2nd gear, shifting into 3rd and just chilling. I shift back down into 2nd so we can get our truck back up to speed. Getting a little micro drift. As soon as we hit the 3 bar and straighten out, I'm going to use that to accelerate right there. Using all of our NOS and all of our boost down the hill here. Get a little micro drift. Trying to just get our boost up so that way we can get up to speed. Using all of it so when we hit the gas station, we top up our tank. Now here, I'm really liking to default to the left-hand side through this section because there's no traffic in that spot. You can go pretty deep into the dirt and it sets you up for this line even if there's heavy traffic. So it's a good line, you guys. Use our boost to shoot straight through the checkpoint and barely clip that one. Now we're on good pace. We've left our opponents well behind. They don't have a prayer. We're 600 yards ahead of that Porsche. Get a little micro drift here. As soon as we get to a straight line, we start to use that again. Get the grip turn, use that. Now we're up to speed. We're gonna try to red line tech ourselves up into the high 90s. You'll see about 195 and 196 as we go through here and finish the race. Overall, truck's pretty solid. I've got no problems with it. It does what it needs to do. I like it a lot. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Like the video, drop a comment. Bye-bye.